Have you ever wanted to receive blockchain notifications directly in your inbox? Well, the QuickNote team has made it possible with QuickAlerts. In this video, we are going to explore QuickAlerts and create an alert for new domain registrations on the Ethereum network. Let's begin. Before diving into QuickAlerts, let's understand how it works. Every quick alert has two customizable pieces, an evaluation criteria and a notification criteria. The evaluation criteria is a flexible expression which defines the condition for triggering the alert. And the notification criteria is where you want to receive the data payload or notification when the alert is triggered. There are many notification streams like Slack, Telegram, Discord in the pipeline, but only webhooks is enabled for now. So we'll use that in this video. To generate our webhook URL and create the notification workflow, we will be using Pipedream. It's a low-code integration platform that works with numerous tools and makes working with APIs easy. Though there are other services like Zapier and if this then that, we will use Pipedream as it offers generous free tier with extensive customization. Once we sign up for the service, we can create a new workflow by clicking New on the dashboard. This will open the model form for us. We will select HTTP webhook as the trigger and set HTTP requests with a body as the source. That would only accept responses with a valid response body. Let's save this and continue. This should give us our unique webhook URL that we will use with the alert. That's it for now over here. We will keep Pipedream open at this stage and come back to it later. Let's head to our QuickNote dashboard to create the alert. We can find QuickAlerts section in our QuickNote account dashboard. In this section, we see two tabs, Alerts and Destinations. The Alert tab displays the list of all the alerts we have created and the Destination tab displays the list of all the destinations we have configured to be used with our alerts. Let's start with the process by clicking Create Alert. This will initiate a three-step process for us. In the first step, we need to name the alert and select the chain and the network. It will also provide us with a few predefined templates that we can use or refer, such as monitor a wallet, failed transactions, burn fees. Let's try using one. Say we want to monitor failed transactions on the network. We select the template and proceed to the next step. This brings us to the stage where we can create the alert expression. This is where all the magic happens. Since we are using a template, we have a pre-filled expression for us. Transaction underscore status equal to 0. Any transaction that fails on the Ethereum network would have a transaction status of 0. This means that we will be alerted for all the transactions with status 0. We can do a lot with these expressions. They are fully customizable and can be tailored to our needs. We can target any sort of data from blocks, transactions, and transaction logs. And then we also have a long list of operators which we can use. We can create our custom expression by using the target data variable with an operator and a desired value. Once we have the expression ready, we need to validate it by testing it against a recent block. We cannot move to the next step before doing so. So let's click the test expression button. Nice. Our current expression is valid against this block. And we can also see that this changes the next button to the active state. We can also perform a rigorous testing by backtesting the expression for the past 10 blocks. After setting the number of blocks we want to test the expression against, we can click Test Expression again. And now we see that in the past 10 blocks, the blocks in the red have no failed transactions and the blocks in the green have failed transactions. Now that we have the basic understanding of how QuickAlerts work, let's start the work on our custom alert. We are going to create an alert from scratch again. So clicking Create Alert, naming the alert, selecting Ethereum mainnet and blank template, and then moving to the next step. Now we are going to create a custom alert for new domain registrations using the Ethereum name service or ENS. ENS is an ERC-721 token on the Ethereum network and all its activity is recorded in the form of transactions on the Ethereum network. So we need an alert triggered every time a new ENS domain is registered. We can open one of the register with config transactions and dissect it. As we can see, a new domain has been registered through this transaction, and the method called is register with config. Let's check the transaction logs and see what we have there. We require the domain data for our alert, so let's try to find that. We see the domain data in the last event of the transaction log with the index value of 8. It's essential to note that every method in a call has a distinct topic linked to it, which we can use to filter data. For this method, name registered is the topic with index 0. Now let's head back to QuickAlerts expression tab and define our expression. We want to create an alert when any transaction log contains our method, or more precisely, our topic. So we will use the transaction logs topic 0 variable with the equal to operator and check for this specific topic. In this variable, we are checking for transaction logs with topic 0. We can also use other variables as and when required, as discussed earlier. Let's test the expression. So the block it's tested against doesn't have any ENS registration transactions. However, the expression is valid as it did not throw any error and the next button has become active. We can also backtest it for the past 10 blocks. Let's try that. As we can see, there has been an ENS domain registration in this block and its transaction hash is this. We can click and verify to check it on Etherscan. Bingo! We are getting what we need. Everything looks good. Let's move to the next step and set our destination. Clicking the Create Destination button will bring up the destination configuration model. We will select Webhook and continue. This is where we require our Webhook URL which we created on Pipedream. Let's name the destination and paste our Webhook URL and set the request type as post. That's it. Let's create the webhook. The webhook has been created and now we need to enable it for our alert. So let's toggle it. We can also enable multiple destinations for one alert. In case we want one alert to be delivered to multiple destinations, that's possible. Now let's deploy our alert. Nice. Our alert has been deployed and we can click the alert to see details about it. It looks like the alert has just triggered now. That means our webhook should have received the data payload from this alert. Let's head back to Pipedream and check it. We can see that one new event has been received. Let's select the event and check the data. This is the data we received through the alert. Now let's set up the workflow using the transaction hash for now and come back to the logs later. We will click continue and set up an action for this trigger. We need to search for the send email action and select that, and further send yourself an email. We can set the subject as new ENS domains registered and the text as transaction hash with this path. An important thing to note over here is that this is a dynamic variable that would be extracted by Pipedream workflow from every data payload it receives. Now let's test the workflow. Looks like the email has been successfully delivered. Let's check our inbox. Voila! We received our notification. Now we will make the notification text more realistic and descriptive by sending the domain name as the text of the email. For that we require the log at index 8 as we discussed earlier. So we will need to add another step to implement the logic for it. We are going to search for node and select use npm. With this, we will be able to write JavaScript code in this step. Let's clear the boilerplate and write some code. We are going to use web3.js library for converting the data. So importing that and also adding the required elements for this step as instructed by Pipedream. We are defining a new empty array domains data and then we are going to push the log data for every event to the domains data array. Now we will define a new array by mapping the data from the domains data array. And this is where we will use the web3.js library's hex to ASCII method to convert our hex data to ASCII. And at last we will return the data array so that it's accessible in the next step. Let's test the code. Well, we got the data we needed with some gibberish stuff, but we only required the domain name. So we add a logic for that in our code. Our domain name is the last 128 bytes of the data. So we will extract that using substring, and to make it a valid hex value, we will prepend it with 0x. Now we will define a string named email string and assign it the value new ENS domain registered. We will now iterate over the data array, extract the domain data, convert it to ASCII and append it to the email string. At last, we will return the email string. Let's test it. This looks good. And now let's update the workflow by redeploying. And it's deployed. We'll wait for some time to receive a few alerts. As we can see, there are many triggered events for this workflow now. So let's check our email. Whoa! We are now receiving an email for every new ENS domain registration on the Ethereum network. Isn't this amazing and super easy? Well, this is just a trailer of what you can achieve with QuickAlerts. So, what are you waiting for? Head to quicknote.com and start building. I have shared all the links, code, and other details in the description below. If you have any feedback or request, please feel free to share in the comments. That's it for now. See you in the next one.